Good morning, Zio here, and we continue as part 3 of our Department of Fair Employment and Housing versus Activision, Blizzard Entertainment, and Activision Publishing in this lawsuit that has appeared a few days ago. So, we're finally getting into something I just saw and was like, yeah, I was wondering when we were going to get into that. So, grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? And yeah, this is where we're at right here at 46 on the document. The documents, of course, are linked down below if you want to go take a look and check it out and all that good stuff. So, we're going to go ahead and continue where we left off. Of course, announcements real quick. Run a Minecraft server, yada yada, and I stream every Friday at 8 p.m. on Facebook, of all things, so go follow the links down below, and go check it out, and come join me for that. So, and our streams are gameplay, by the way, so, you know, that we play games together, that's what we do, or I play by myself, and you guys interact with me, at least that's how it's supposed to happen, right? And I do not wear a Speedo or bikini. Sorry about that. I know you were looking forward to it, but it just doesn't happen. So, now that we got our coffee and we're ready to go, let's start where we left off. Female employees almost universally confirmed that working for defendants was akin to working in a frat house, which invariably involves male employees drinking and subjugating female employees to sexual harassment with no repercussion. Cube crawls, which of course, this is one of the highlighted things that's floating around Twitter, right? Which made me sit there and go, there is no way that this is real, right? I had to go look it up. It's not like I don't believe that Jason Schreier's got something, you know, is posting what he believes to be the truth or whatnot. But that's why I had to go look up the case, find the actual thing, and go through this bit by bit, because this is what is actually being alleged in it. We're going to highlight this because I want to see if it comes up anywhere else. Maybe in something that has some kind of documentation to it or something. I don't know. I need to see some kind of dug up proof of this, like Discovery, insiders, whistleblower, anybody. Please, I've got to see a recording of this somehow, some way. Somebody's got to show this so we can go ahead and universally disown Blizzard and forget and put them into the ground where they belong, or Activision in general would be nice. Anyway, cube crawls in defendants' offices were common, and male employees proudly came into work hungover. Similarly, male employees would play video games during work, engage in banter about their sexual encounters, talk openly about female bodies, and make numerous jokes about rap. Pretty sure I can't say that word at all on whatever. My mouse, I think, just died. Oh no. All right, because I'm not going to get up and plug in the other one. We will get our backup mouse and plug this in real quick live for you on the video, because I will not go finding thing to cut stuff out. But we will do this. We should be back in. And there we go. We're back. Right. Anyway, as a product of this frat boy culture, and seriously, nerds don't frat boy. I'm sorry, but yeah, I saw some comments on Twitter talking about the nerds needing to work or something, or they're not doing their job and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, nerds don't frat boy. This is not nerds. Old Blizzard was full of nerds. Yes, they played games and stuff, but they don't frat boy. I'm sorry. I'm a nerd. I know this firsthand. Culture women were subjected to numerous sexual comments and advances, groping and unwanted physical touching, definite no-no right there. And other forms of harassment, whoever does any of that stuff should definitely find themselves on the end of getting fired and buried for that. That is not appropriate for anyone, whether you're doing it to a male or a female. A female employee noted that random male employees would approach her on defendant's work site and comment on her breasts. Why? It's like, I've been in the workforce for a very long time at this point. I am like, what, 34 or something like this? And, you know, other than occasionally, you know, somebody might flirt with somebody and they may have read signals wrong or whatnot and tried to flirt back and stuff. It happens. But not to this, right? Not to this degree or anything like this, where they're just openly talking about somebody's breasticles or something on in front of them and all this other stuff. And yeah, you know, guys will talk just like ladies talk about men, because apparently that gets always left out in the conversation. It's like, oh my gosh, boy talk, blah blah blah, locker room talk, and all this other stuff, and they forget that you women do the exact same thing to men. But that's neither here nor there, right? That's not the conversation we're having. It's all about the females right now. But anyway, it just strikes me as weird, because when that sort of thing does happen, and I've seen it the one or two times it has happened at work, when we've got a new guy who thinks he's all that or whatnot, and he does something similar to this sort of thing, this kind of behavior, we typically go, yeah, that's not gonna, no, you cut that out, you walk out that door. You know, that's not an acceptable thing. You know, they're you know, employee. Anyway, point is, it usually does get called out by people. Just saying. That is not acceptable. Female employees working for the World of Warcraft team, the World of Warcraft team, there we go, noted that male employees and supervisors would hit on them, make derogatory comments about rap, and other engaging in demeanor behavior. Female employees working on the World noted that, oh gosh, I keep hiccuping and other things. I'm so sorry. It's so sexy. I know. Oh gosh. Anyway, a lot of talking today. World of Warcraft team noted that male employees and supervisors would hit on them, make derogatory comments, and rap and otherwise engaging in demeaning behavior. This behavior was known to supervisors and indeed encouraged by them, and including a male supervisor openly encouraging a male subordinate to buy a prostitute to cure his bad mood. That is oddly specific. Wow. It also sounds like that would be some kind of choke between a couple of people. But okay. Let somebody go for hurt it. But that's, no. Okay. In a blatant example of defendant's refusal to deal with a harasser because of his seniority position. Oh, we got a name. Never mind. We have a name to add to things. We are going to highlight that because I did not see that when I first skimmed through all this. In a blatant example of defendant's refusal to deal with a harasser because of his seniority position, Alex I can't say that. The former senior creative director of World of Warcraft at Blizzard Entertainment was permitted to engage in blatant sexual harassment with little to no repercussions. During a company event, an annual convention called BlizzCon, Alex would hit on female employees, telling him he wanted to marry them, attempting to kiss them and putting his arms around them. Yeah, that sounds like something you shouldn't be doing, especially at BlizzCon. Anyway, this was in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors who had to intervene and pull him off female employees. You know, this behavior should definitely be put into check, but it also sounds like people around these people making these complaints do actually intervene and try to prevent this sort of thing. Just saying. Alex was so known to encourage and harassment of females that his suite was nicknamed the Crossby Suite. Crossby Suite? After Cosby. That's Cosby. After alleged rapist Bill Cosby, the Cosby Suite. Crossby, really? Cosby, is that how you spell Cosby? Damn. Anyway, Alex would also call female derogatory names at company events. Alex's conduct was known to Blizzard Entertainment executives who took no effective remedial measures. J. Allen Brack, president of Entertainment, allegedly had multiple conversations with Alex about his drinking and that he had been too friendly towards female employees at the company events, but gave Alex a slap on the wrist, verbal counseling in response to these incidents. Subsequently, Alex continued to make unwanted advances towards female employees, including grabbing a female employee's hand, inviting her to his hotel room, and groping other women. And yeah, Jay, remember that really half-ass apology you gave about the whole Blitzchung thing? Yeah, we do. Not only were you a piece of shit then, it sounds like you're a piece of shit now. Just saying, Jay, you should really have gotten rid of this guy. Seriously, if this is true, this guy is being named by name in this document. If these things are happening with the creative director of World of Warcraft, Alex here, let's see. Let's see if he even comes up in here, because I think this is all Activision, Blizzard. I don't know if that's going to actually bring him up. These are the other leadership stuff, but let's do this. So I want to see who this guy is. Alex Franzi B. Let's see. We're going straight to the great old Googles here. Wowpedia. Let's see. Who is this guy? This guy right here. Why does he look familiar? World of Warcraft, duh. Anyway, is the former senior corrective director for World of Warcraft Blizzard. He was originally hired to the team associated quest designer on March 2004. After 14 years, he left Blizzard in June 2020, and 2021 was later in a lawsuit against Activision regarding his. That would be the wow. This was updated very quickly. That would be what we're looking at right now, right? Okay. So he was not kicked out or fired or anything. He left voluntarily back in 2020. So that's one dick you don't have to worry about, right? One guy that we all can agree, if this is true and how he acts, should be strung up and burnt at the stake. Anyway, so this here, yeah, I've got it highlighted for a reason because I was trying to find something on this. But in a tragic example of harassment, the defendants allowed to fester at their offices, a female employee committed self-deletion while on a company trip due to a sexual relation that she had been having with her male supervisor. I'm not exactly sure how this actually. Anyway, the male supervisor was found by police to have brought a butt plug and lubricant on this business trip. Another employee confirmed that the deceased female employee may have been suffering from other sexual harassment at work prior to her death. Specifically, at a holiday party before her death, male co-workers were alleged to be passing around pictures of the deceased of a JJ, right? Wow. Anyway, that is horrible. And that's why we were looking at the other things, right? While we were looking for this, I was trying to find anything that actually talked about it, just so we can see maybe some more insight into this. But other than, a police report over it and stuff, there really doesn't seem to be any articles written on it. Like, nobody cared about who this person was, and it should have been a huge story back then, whenever it was. And that's when I found this guy here, of course, who attempted or was planning to, but back in 2017, but didn't. And yeah, so the rabbit hole goes deep with all this stuff, and that was when Morheim was there, but still after Activision had been putting into charge for a lot of things as well. But yeah, that's sad. I know China has to worry about things like this. That's why they have self-deletion nets. We should not be dealing with this here in the US at all. Anyway, retaliation defendants' failure to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. Whew. The problems of harassment and discrimination extend to and at maximum were known to those at the top. Defendant's former chief technology officer was observed by employees groping, inhibiting female, inebriated female employees at company events, and well known for making hiring decisions based on female applications looks. An employee complained to Blizzard Entertainment's president Jay Allenbrack in the early 2019 that employees were leaving due to sexual harassment and sexism. Specifically, this employee noted that women on the BattleNet team were subject to disparaging comments. The environment was akin to working in a frat house. It's that frat house thing again. And that women who were not huge gamers or core gamers and not into the party scene were excluded and treated as outsiders. That's a weird thing. Okay. Yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you're working with a bunch of gamers, just saying this. Now, I'm not saying that the people who work there are gamers these days, but if you got a job with a bunch of gamers whose main thing is gaming, and you're not a huge gamer and don't have a whole lot to talk about outside of, or other than outside of gaming, there's a good chance they're not going to invite you to things. Just saying. That happens everywhere. We can't just include people who just don't belong to the community, you know? Now, if you want to get into gaming or something and you're enthusiastic about it, want to join and get into these sort of things, naturally we're welcoming in and that sort of thing. But just like any other group out there, whether it's the girls or the guys, it doesn't matter. If you're not doing the thing that people like to do, they tend to, it's like bringing somebody who doesn't care about football to a football game and trying to figure out why they're just not having a good time, kind of deal, right? But anyway, female employees had raised further complaints to various human resource personnel about the discrimination they faced, including but not limited to complaints about unfair pay and assignments, male co-workers belittling them and minimizing their contribution, and male counterparts being promoted quickly despite their lack of seniority. Again, when it comes to getting promotions and stuff, without some raw data to back this up, to tell me that Joe Blow had like 10 years experience over Jane Doe, there's not much to go on with this, right? It's not rocket science to figure out that somebody may be with the company for 3 months over your year with the company, but if they've got 10 years experience or 5 years experience to your 1 year and a half, or 1.5 years worth of experience in the field, that there's going to be a good chance that they will be promoted over you. So without any of that information, it is purely at this point, this entire document so far has been, they said, right? He said, she said, that sort of thing. So, and I'm sure there's an evidence portion that we can look at, which is where I really want to look at. But as of right now, just looking at it fresh, that's where I stand on it. But let's finish this one point and we'll head to 51 and end for the moment. But similarly, female employees also complained of the harassment they suffered, including that male co-workers groped them, that male supervisors asked them out on dates. And I know we live in a different world, but I'm sorry, but being asked out onto a date isn't exactly what I would classify as harassment. I know that's an unpopular opinion on the Twitterverse and stuff, and in this new age of PC culture and stuff. But that, how else do you expect to go on a freaking date if somebody doesn't actually ask you? Just saying. Now, if you want to talk about being groped, that's another story entirely. If somebody is reaching across and grabbing you by the tatas, not only do you have every right to smack the crap out of that person, whether it's male or female, but you should be, especially if they're male, not only smack the crap out of them, but go ahead and firmly plant your foot between their legs multiple times, and I will sit there and clap for you and go, get it, girl. Give him what he deserves, because he should not be touching you like that. Anyway. And in other unwanted harassments, defendants failed to take responsibility or reasonable actions in response to these complaints. Such lack of efficient remedial measures was not surprisingly given. Defendants' own initial investigations into human resources unit noted that there was a big lack of trust and that the HR not held in high regards. Multiple employees also noted that their companies were not kept, or their complaints were not kept confidential. All right, and this is where we are going to wind up ending it, but I will leave it with this real quick. When it comes to HR is not held in high regards, no fucking shit. Like, seriously, HR's whole existence is to protect the people at the top, and that's about it. In my experience, in most people's experience, that is what HR is there for. They will listen to you, and then suddenly there will be this thing where you've done nothing wrong for years, and then suddenly they're finding every little thing that they possibly can to try and get you to quit because you've complained about, somebody at the top. That is their job. They're not there for you. They are never, I'm sorry, human resources has never really been there for you as the bottom run employee. They are there to protect the people at the top. But anyway, rant aside, let me know what you think down below. I'm out of coffee once I finish this cup, but we still got more. We're going to keep going on to next week. I'm not really sure what day this is because I'm recording these back to back to back on a Thursday. And yeah. So I think I'm going to do these through the weekend instead of skipping it like I normally do. And let me know what you think down below, and I will talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.